Hello and welcome to the Pointless Distractions podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Draper. With me,
Graham Bergeron.
And Scott Westerman.
And another special guest tonight, an old friend of Graham and I's, an old co-worker and friend going back, I don't know, what would you say, Maddie, 20 years probably?
Yeah. When did I start at Fridays? Like 2007? So, yeah, almost 18, 19 years.
Yeah, so introducing Maddie Mullhern, or just Matt Mullhern, good friend of mine. How did I meet you exactly? So through Pat, right? My older brother?
Yeah, pretty much just like drinking with Pat upstairs and getting half in the bag and running downstairs and harassing you, or, we'd like just be relaxing in your room and run by and try to pee in your bathroom because the one upstairs was occupied.
You usually have your dick out or something crazy. Yeah, so we used to have some crazy parties in that house, though. Like, I don't even think these guys would understand, especially with how lame I am nowadays.
Well, you were talking about the Vermouth Kid, on your last episode.
Yeah. You heard he's got that brain-eating amoeba, Tommy? That was not made
I'm
up.
laughing at people that have the brain-eating amoeba. It's just...
Well, when they owe us money, you can laugh at it.
Yeah, $172. I mean, that level of karma coming back is like, you owe someone $172, so God smites you with a brain-eating amoeba.
A lot
It took 15 years to catch up on him. He owed Pat, I think he owed Pat like $500 or something. So everybody owes Pat, really? Though. Yeah, everybody owes my brother.
I think I'm square with him.
You don't owe him like a car or anything. I feel like everybody owes him for a car.
No.
Wait, he just gives out cars?
No, he would end up having an extra car and lend it, to someone, and they take over payments and then run it into the ground, fuck them. And,
yeah,
that happened quite a few times. Yeah. Back when I originally met you and started hanging out with you, you had something that you did quite often, if you remember, in our guest bedroom. So this is right after Jen moved in with me. So it was me and my brother.
Oh, God.
Let's try to keep it like PG-13 here, okay?
Oh, this is PG-13.
Yeah, no, I need to see where this...
Just the way you introduced that was like, whoa.
I need to hear where this is going.
No, I'm talking about the spare bedroom. You just eating the food. I was segueing into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it was all of Jen's mom's furniture. And
Who had just died.
Yeah. And for some reason, y'all put me up in that room for the night. Like, I don't understand why, out of all the places to sleep, why you would put me in that room. Like with...
What do you mean we put you in? It wasn't a bed and breakfast. You were over our house. What do you mean we put you in?
Well, I know it.
Hammered. Don't go sleep in this bedroom.
Well, I mean, the state that I was in, you should have given me like some saran wrap and a tissue box and put me on the kitchen floor. Like I didn't need to be in the nice inherited furniture. Anyways, long and short of it, I used to do this thing where like every time I would black out, I would eat, like not just a little bit, like everything and anything in sight, I would just completely demolish. And
of course it was my house, so there's barely any food.
Yeah, no, and it was the most like random odds and ends stuff. Like I never owed your brother money, but there were times where like, I'd come over for like, I don't know, a summer Tuesday afternoon, and then he'd be like, okay, we're gonna go to what's that place in like Salem, like McKinnon's, and pick out like fresh lobsters. And like I'm going over expecting to drop like $7 at McDonald's, and we end up spending like $172 on like fresh cheeses and lobsters and steaks.
Oh, that's definitely my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have crab leg money? What the fuck?
Oh, remember? We ended up getting crab legs, and that's when I found out that I was allergic to them.
Yeah, like, you kept eating them though, right?
Oh yeah, they were delicious. I had a job to do. You guys had a party there, and I used to bartend at TGI Fridays, and like I thought I was going over, like, hey, we can make a few cocktails and have a good time, and that's what I thought it was going to be. But Kyle and Pat had like 40 people over, and I ended up being a bartender for all 40 people, not getting paid for it.
So you earned your crab legs.
And in the meantime, like I'm like we cooked the crab legs that we bought, and like my face is swelling up and I'm sweating, and like I've got other guests over there that are like, yeah, I know you're having trouble breathing, but I really could use a refill of my strawberry mojito.
Yeah. What's my vodka gimlet over here?
Those drinks were probably delicious.
Yeah.
I don't remember you playing like bartender there, because when did we have enough liquor to actually do drinks like that?
You stuck me in the far right corner of your kitchen next to the fridge, where you had like, I don't know, this religious figure over your sink, and you called him the patron saint of bacon. I didn't know if that was a real thing or not.
This must be some Pat shit. Is this before I even knew you?
Same house, brother. You were living downstairs.
All right. Well, going back to so the first night, I guess I went in the room to clean up, and I'm like, "What the fuck's all over the dresser?" And I was like, "Did someone get hurt in here?" So there was an entire like family-sized jar of ragu and like an empty thing of Wonder Bread. He had somehow scooped it out and eaten the entire thing and got it all over the dresser. It was like a murder scene. I don't know if that was the same night where you ate the entire jar of Jif peanut butter too, but
Oh yeah, there was always like no silverware to be had.
yep.
But
Make do.
like the only thing that you guys would have are like I don't know, like the fancy crackers that no one likes to eat by themselves, that has like the sunflower seeds on it and that are the size of a fist. And like
Those are the worst.
and like a bag
I think
of
I have an
Werther's candy.
uneaten sleeve of those somewhere in my house.
Everybody does.
Oh, I feel like you're comparing me to Pat right now. Damn.
So fancy.
Yeah.
You don't eat those? What's wrong with you,
But
peon?
yeah, I woke up in the morning and there was just like there was literally a handprint of mine. Like I must have fallen while I was eating because like
Yes, that was the best part.
I don't remember the lights working all that well. There was like a marinara.
I know. Yeah,
handprint
knowing Kyle
on
and
the
Pat, they didn't pay that electric bill either that time.
But like her deceased mother's comforter set was this white floral pattern as well. So like the bed sheets, the pillows, oh my god, everything was white, and there was just like marinara, and like who gives a crap about the breadcrumbs? But the but it was just marinara all over every single thing in that room, and I think I was banned from your place for like a weekend.
You were never banned.
Well, I was just not invited over the next weekend, and to get back in your good graces over ruining, at least like $1,000 worth of like childhood memorable furniture, I bought you guys a $25 gift card to Stop and Shop.
Which I probably bought beer with. Like, fuck your mom. I'm taking that.
Yeah.
That's the introduction to Maddie. Was just a zombie ragu handprint sliding down the wall.
Oh, it's sliding down the wall. Nice.
I don't know if it was doing that, but it's funnier that way.
Yeah, true. So you're just scooping it out with just white bread?
Yeah. I don't know if I was doing like the like trying to put the whole piece in and then getting a few fingers in and scooping it out
Right.
that way, or if I did the folded in half.
Well, you
and
must
just
have
kinda
chugged
twist.
half of it first, right? And like it was
Yeah.
full.
Well, I mean, you saw how much was all over the room, so I'm not sure how much actually got inside of me.
See a little cheese. You got a pizza there.
Ooh.
Need someone to check the splash pattern of the sauce. Get Dexter in there. Jesus.
I used like appliances, so I never like went that route when I was blacked out and like just fiending. I did that one time at my friend Faith's house. This isn't the lunch portioning incident, but she had lunch portioned for a couple days, and it was like steak tips, and I put them in the oven and completely forgot about them, like with the marinade. So
Oh
we
my
all
God.
like an hour and a half later, and the place was just full of smoke. The marinade was just all
You just
like,
wake up. Oh, Maddie put a rotisserie chicken on again. Let me turn that off. He forgot to baste it. I remember we did that at Leon's house once. We had pizza rolls and put in the oven, and probably woke up 4 hours later. I'm like, oh my God, it's so smoky in here. And I went, and they were like a quarter of the size and black. The pizza rolls.
my God, those are some good times. Do your buddies know about the Leon house?
I don't think I've really explained that much, but if you have any choice stories from there without like getting into it, Pat's always like, "Oh, you got to tell that shit," and I'm like, "Well, that's also a 30-minute backstory on how we got there."
Yeah. No, that place was just like I'm glad I wasn't like hanging out there towards the end, but weren't his like two hot tubs just like completely just algae ridden cesspools by the end of it?
They were two like $26,000 brand new hot tubs. Graham worked with Leon for like a second, I'm pretty sure.
Graham,
Yeah,
did
he
you
was
know,
he was a bartender for
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
did you know that he ran through like buku bucks? Like what was it? Was it close to $1 million?
It was like a couple.
Couple mil?
Yeah.
Where do you get
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, everything I heard about him was after he left.
Yeah, I must have given Graham choice stories over the years.
I didn't have anything in particular. I just remember like one night, you told me that I ended up, I don't know, sitting on some dude's lap, and I completely forgot about that. And then besides that, there's like a trio of misfits that just like completely were stealing everybody's crap.
Oh yeah, out of that room with the bunk beds.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, we
That's why
got
you
straight
never
up
hear me on the
robbed
pod.
over there.
It was just like if it's exactly what it was. It was like a 22-year-old kid with a blank check at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but unfortunately, he was like 30 at the time.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Did he like get an inheritance from his parents dying or something? Or
It was this weird situation where there was these two girls he worked with back in the day at McDonald's, and one of them was in a bad car wreck, and it was like a little under a $2 million deal, but it was one of those like structured settlements, and they kept like cashing it in advance to get more money. You know, those
Just
how you
blew-
can do that. You'd be like, "Whoa, we can give you $500,000 right now if you just give us that million." I'm not saying that's the amount, but that's
Yeah.
essentially what happened, and just the amount of money. Like I went to Foxwoods with this kid. He gave me like I was holding like at one time like $18,000 in cash, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, and if I was a lesser person, I could have just taken it. And be like, "I don't know, I lost it." And it was crazy times. But going back, what was your meal prep story though? Because that's one I always would hear about you. Don't worry, it's not just going to be stories about you eating. It could be.
we should do some kind of food game here.
I know. Keep in mind, Scott, this is like I don't know, well over a decade ago. So I'm not.
Right.
I'm a hell of a lot more grounded than I used to be. Like a shell of my former self, but like not in a bad way. Like
Oh, I wish you were still like this on occasion.
no, God no.
Just eat everything.
You can't maintain friendships.
Well, at one point, didn't we start getting the bags of pizza rolls just to like keep you sedated in the back?
Oh yeah, that's right. No, yeah, Pat had a meal prep kit. If I was staying over, he would have like a small bag of pizza rolls, like a thing of ketchup, and like a half gallon of Gatorade.
Gotta keep you distracted.
Yeah,
Make a decoy meal so you don't eat all the good stuff.
and that's exactly
Don't
what it
just
was.
to linens.
My friends started doing that everywhere.
Cool, free food.
Honestly, yeah. Oh, but he took me to I think it was Portland. I think we went out to Portland, and we never stayed at hotels. We always ended up staying like at places, kind of like how Graham was describing the other day, like bed and breakfasts and stuff like that, you know, and like ones that had character, like with the claw feet tubs and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
everything was just like a little off, you know. And but this one place, we like I said, we never went to hotels. We never spent the money on that. Pat always knew someone who knew someone, and that was a really great thing about him. And we went to his friend Ben, I think was his name. This was so long ago, but we ended up sleeping on this guy's couch, and like I had the love seat, Pat had the sofa, and this guy didn't even stay out with us the whole night. Like he went back earlier, and we had to make sure that he left the door unlocked. So we went out to like I don't know 1:30 in the morning in Portland. Took a cab back to this guy's house, and he wasn't even with us anymore. His wife was dead asleep, and they didn't have the Matt Mullhern prep kit like we were talking about, like the Tostito rolls and the ketchup and the Gatorade.
Right.
So I went into the fridge and I grabbed whatever was in there, and I made a burrito.
How drunk are you to be like this? To, like not coherent, just stumbling, like falling over?
That was
Are you
the
just a
worst
man
thing
on,
about
on a
it.
mission, drunk? Like I'm
No, that was just
hungry.
his excuse every time. He was really just hungry.
Sober.
No, I had like half a Zima, and I'm like, oh man, I'm wasted. Time to go eat all the food in the cabinet.
I haven't eaten in a week.
He's yeah. So I ended up in there, but that was the scary thing about it. Like working in the restaurant industry, I've been in the industry for like 27 years because I'm a dumbass. Part of my French, but like you're just when you're bartending, it's just like going out drinking, going out drinking, going out drinking. So it was just nonstop, and like this part of me where like other people would be like, okay, sometimes to some people blacking out means going to sleep. Like you blacked out, you start not remembering, and then you just go to bed. I would have autopilot. Like it lights were on, but there was like 100% nobody home. like the best way I can describe it is like when I was, I think it was like 19 or 20 before I could legally buy alcohol. I had a bottle of 151 on a beach in York. My buddy had a beach house up there, and like this was at 12, and my friends were like, by 5 o'clock you blacked out, and I was like, because I think I had half a bottle of 151 and nothing else to eat or drink on the beach, and I was like, what made you say 5 o'clock? And they're like, well, I was like, was I slurring? They're like, no, you were talking
No,
pretty well.
you were eating a seagull on the beach.
Tastes like
No, I was having a normal conversation, except the normal conversation I was having was in the kitchen, and it was with a wall. There was nobody else that I was talking to, so
Oh, Jesus.
I can still go, but it's just there's no like coherent or like, so it can be pretty scary. You don't know where you're going to end up or like where you're going to wake up. Like you just hope that you're whatever goodness you have inside of you, like exactly, like I'm not going to go strangle and eat a pigeon on the beach or a seagull.
Now tell the truth. Are you just trying to save Pat's ass? Was he eating the shit too?
I
could totally see him doing that. I guarantee he had like half of it. And you took the fall. The next day, he's like, "Oh, he didn't remember."
He was over my shoulder. He was over my shoulder, going, "Oh yeah, that would be
those
so
crostinis."
Oh yeah,
don't eat that. Hey, what is that?
So wait,
Are those the fancy crackers?
Yeah.
We can finish the story up, but like, so it was the wife's meal prep for what, like a week or something, like just
a whole week. She had the next 5 days.
Was it just a bunch of like sacks of lunches? Like, were you like stealing it from the elementary school? Like pudding cups.
Cold cuts, proteins, and it was all in the Tupperware containers. And I guess what I did was, like, I made a giant burrito out of it. I know Pat was there. I think I'm the one that ate it, but you know your brother, like he's like, oh yeah, that'd be so good. Just put some Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah, you gotta make that fancy.
So I made this giant burrito. But the part that she was mad at, like, it's kind of when your parents are like, your parents aren't mad, but they're just disappointed. Like, she was upset that I did it, but all the Tupperware, I tried to hide it by throwing it, like, I took stuff out of the trash barrel, and I put the Tupperware on the bottom of the trash barrel, and I put the trash over the Tupperware.
So it was a good Tupperware, like, not disposable shit.
I don't know. I know it wasn't like Pyrex, No one's putting like 37 cents worth of boar's head meat in like a $79 Pyrex container and putting it in the fridge. The good Tupperware.
The fancy.
That's
stuff,
my good Saran wrap. Don't use my good Saran wrap. Use the great value.
You're eating fucking caviar. Pat's like, no, you got to use the whalebone spoon. What the fuck you doing, asshole? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. Ugh. Yeah, Pat, I never did anything like that eating-wise, but Pat would pull shit like that on me. We'd be like, oh, we're going to go to this party. And I'm like, well, we're not staying over, right? No, we're going to come back. We're going to come back. Don't worry about it. We get there. Pat would get super shitty and fucking end up crashing there. And whoever knows Pat's like, oh, don't worry. We're going to put you in the guest bedroom. You have this nice fucking, oh, you're Pat's brother. I don't know you here. I guess you can sleep on the couch while your brother sleeps for 8 hours. And you got to open the next morning. It's just always, shit like this would always happen and piss me off. Like, all the time.
Didn't he, well, I mean, I don't want to, like, get anybody in trouble, like, from a work, but, like, one of the places that you worked, didn't he work with you? He was just, like, cooking and just eating lobsters while you guys were working?
Yeah, he would do that.
You're like, he might have gotten paid, like, $7.90 an hour, but he easily ate $37 worth of seafood an hour to make up for it.
Oh, yeah. No, I think we covered some of the seafood restaurant theft.
No wonder seafood's so expensive. You guys are stealing it all.
Like I said, that was for him or for the
food costs going
landlord.
up so high.
Yeah, I wasn't eating that shit. It was when the rent had to be paid. I had a lot of mouths to feed, including Maddie's.
Screw you, asshole. I got you a $25 Stop and Shop gift card.
Just
Did
have
you
like
claim them as a dependent on your taxes?
a second separate fridge in the house, just the Matt fridge.
The decoy fridge? Put all the cheap shit in there.
No.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
all the Walmart brands.
Pat would be grilling and people would just come over and be like, so where's like the side dishes? I'm like, I don't know. Like, he's just 8 pounds of steak tips, not the fucking starch on the plate. I don't know if he's gonna be mad when he hears this, but like, oh, I should have been on that one.
I'll have to come on to defend his honor.
Maddie, we've tried to get him on like 15 episodes and just lined up everything. Like 3 people are ready to go, and he's always like, oh, I gotta work in 13 hours.
I mean, we should have saved him for after episode 2.
Yeah.
Why? What'd you cover in episode 2? Which one was that?
That was one that didn't get released.
Part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We saved a game from it, but that was about it. It was kind of like
Was that
this
the quiz
episode,
game?
but even worse, if you can figure.
What's that?
It was like this episode now, but even worse.
Less planning than this.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know how to fill silences before, so we would just sit there.
Stare at each other like,
Well, that's all right.
So we had some shit prepared that we were talking about earlier for restaurants. What were we talking about that was funny?
Well, I mean, there was the Cumberland Farms incident.
I mean, if you know how to lead into that and explain it, that's a good story. Because a lot of people, I mean, we've talked about the pizza place Graham and I both used to work at, and I think we've mentioned the horrible boss. Like, he was never bad to me, but I never had to deal with him. Why would he talk to me? And I don't know, Graham, what's your experience?
I think it took him 3 years to learn my name.
What?
So,
All right, so what's the story? So, infamously, this dude was like a raging prick. Like I said, we're not naming names, but what do you got for us, Maddie? Because you told me this story, and it like I remember shocked me at the time.
So, like, I have no idea. I have no idea how I got this job. How I ended up with this job. I ended up Graham.
Yeah,
What did I work there for? Like 3.5
Yeah,
years.
so
Like,
Maddie just randomly, I saw him at
18.
work one day, and he's like, "I'm working with you." I was like, "Oh
Or no.
shit, okay."
yeah.
I worked at Ruby's from 2015 to 2018. It was after that, and it was through the pandemic. So after Ruby shut down, like all the, I know, like kind of going all over the place, but like the TGI Fridays used to be fun, and then there were like venture capitalists that bought Ruby's. I mean, no, that bought Fridays, torpedoed it. That's when they took all the stuff off the shirts, all the crazy crap off the walls, and they were like, "Hey, all the stuff that makes everything fun about this place, let's light it on fire and destroy it." And then the same venture group that did that with Fridays ended up acquiring Ruby's, shut them all down. So I'm like, all right, what the hell am I gonna do? So I applied to a key holder ad, and I'm like, what the hell? Like this structure of this company was. So I went from being front of house to kitchen to general manager of Ruby Tuesdays, and then I just answered an ad that was like key holder at such and such pizza shop, and I was like, what the hell? Whatever. Like, my restaurant's not there; it's now a bank, so might as well talk to as many people as I can. And there were like 2 consultants that worked there, the 3 owners at the time, one that worked in the store, one guy that owned a marketing company, and another guy that owned an HR firm. And then why on top of these 5 people that were like 2 consultants and 3 different owners, 2 having different businesses, like they wanted to bring me on, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So that's how I ended up there. And one of the guys, like that was one of the owners, was known to, have a little bit of a temper, and that it came out like this is just a little one-off. So we were in Cumberland Farms getting coffee one day, and one of the consultants is an owner of another restaurant. So he's behind me. The owner of our place and a marketing place is like in front of me, and I'm just chilling in Cumberland Farms. Like I forget the hell I was getting, like a soda or something. And he looks at me, and he's like, "Don't get the coffee here. It always tastes like shit." But he was saying it to me, but he was saying it to the girl behind the counter, right, like pretending like he was saying it to me. And I was like, I'm in the middle of an awkward sandwich. I was like, okay, just want my diet Dr. Pepper. Like, don't care about that. and she's like, I'm sorry about that. We change it as often as we can. Like we, I take care of it in the morning. I take care of it during the day. I take care of it at night. And he goes, I don't care when you take care of it. The coffee here always tastes like shit. And I stared directly at her. At this point, the owner of the other restaurant, who's a consultant, gets on his phone, and he's like, "Oh, hello. Yep, gotta take this, guys." And then ran outside. So then I'm just standing there like, and he goes, "Matt, why don't you go try the coffee and tell me how much it tastes like shit?" And I was like, "Nope, I'm cool."
No, I'm good. I just want my diet
Right
Dr.
under
Pepper.
the bus.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Nope, I'm cool. I'm A-okay." And then, just starts going in on this woman. He's like, "Why don't you ever do anything about this? Why don't you do a better job at changing that coffee? Like I don't understand why you guys do such a shit job here with that coffee." And the lady's looking at him like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "I own the business next door. Me personally, if I'm going to start shouting at people, and I own a local business, I wouldn't be like, by the way, the guy that's berating you and swearing at you, I own.
Yeah, he works
I
next
own
door.
the business next door too." some other lady comes across and she's like, listen, can you please stop yelling at her? She's a cancer survivor and she's having a really hard time, a recent cancer survivor, and she's having a really hard time figuring out her medication. So can you do me a favor? She has trouble when she gets worked up. Don't work her up because of complications with her medication from being a cancer survivor. And this is the one time I've only heard this sentence in my entire life. And I'm pretty sure I'll never hear it again.
Oh boy.
But he looks at the lady and goes, I don't give a fuck if she survived cancer. And I was like, ugh. I just put my soda down and I ran out. I was like, that is the worst. That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Jesus.
Maddie's like, I just want my ragu and Wonder Bread and I want to go to lunch.
Shut up.
I'm surprised they
Got
let any
ragu
of
in
us
here?
back in there after that.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Mr.
That was
Tacto.
his caliber.
I can real quick was if going back. Wait, Graham, were you there? I'm so confused.
I wasn't like
Okay,
present.
Yeah.
You should
So
try to
then,
ingratiate yourself and go next door and get him some coffee, Kyle.
I didn't work at that location. That was
like,
well,
hey.
not anymore. But that's like where Graham grew up. Essentially, that was his store.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
know that
where
one well.
I would have. I don't know what I would have done if we weren't allowed at that store anymore. That's where when I do my 4 a.m. shifts. That's where you go to get your alcohol before 11:30. There was like a line of us that would go like at 11:15 would be like, oh, it's 11:15, and then like 6 people would take turns going over there getting a 6-pack, bringing it into the walk-in.
Now imagine if Maddie heard that a few years ago. What?
I mean, everyone knew. We
Yeah.
didn't drink.
Yeah.
We just, we were working until the store closed at 3 a.m. So we would buy our alcohol before
Well, we
11:30,
used to
and we had
be
to
able
keep
to
it
drink,
somewhere.
and then that got ruined. But Maddie, you were cool with that at first, right? I mean, you were probably
What's
like,
that?
"Oh, geez," that we were all sitting there drinking for like hours on end when we get out.
I didn't get it. That was like, and I
Go
So I
home.
mean, if I was out at 4, I'm not talking about the dudes that would close and be there till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I never understood that. They would start at like 8, and some of them would get out, and then the rest of them would be there at like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and be drinking till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes like I would drive by and their cars would still be there at 7, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, and they would talk about like local like Bedford and Merrimack T-ball teams.
I would have killed myself.
Oh yeah, I just
That was such a freaking weird place. A lot of people I worked with, like, was that like some money laundering scheme or like I don't know. It just didn't seem to make sense.
no, none of it did. But I mean, when they owned some of the buildings and stuff like that, So I don't know, who knows, brother.
Yeah.
So like when you're paying the rent, you're just paying it to yourself, and like fucking like what $3,000 in marketing shit a month too. Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know how that worked. I just know that they paid me. I made a job out of it for like 3.5 years, and met you handsome devil. Yeah.
Yeah, I already knew you, idiot. No, you're talking to Graham.
What's that?
Sorry. Oh, you're talking to Graham.
No, I'm talking about Scott, the guy that I met.
Oh, yeah.
17 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
it was all
Yeah.
leading to this.
You're handsome as well, Scott.
Why, thank you, I think.
Yeah, I never got how they let people drink for that long. Like I drank there almost every shift, but I would close, do all the paperwork. The drivers would still have like 20 minutes worth of dishes left, so I'd clock out, have a beer, and then leave when they were done.
Yeah, that's probably when Graham and I first started bonding on like a Sunday. We'd have like that one drink, but also like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'd get it out and be drinking multiple beers there. So, but I meant everybody else was doing it. So,
I mean, at least it was like just beer. You know what I mean? Trust me, the restaurant industry is like a hell of a lot worse things that that could be happening.
there was one morning ever with you, and you were just like super pissed off. You're like, Kyle, come here. And he's in the bar, and you just fucking pulled out a bottle of like Jameson or something, poured a shot, and gave it to me, and it was like 10 o'clock. I was like, that kind of day, huh? It was like, that only happened once.
Did I give you the shot? Did I give me the shot?
Both of us, we both had it.
Jesus.
I was just fine. I just walked in, and you just got like reamed out or something.
Oh yeah, that's probably after.
It was like you were on your way out too. You didn't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, yeah. No, those meetings are like god awful. Like restaurant owners are. I mean, they're something special. Like something special. When you have money and part of your portfolio is a restaurant, then like that's why like I remember when I went in on. I mean, this is mine, but I don't know if I can say it. If I can't say it, but like when we worked at Kendall Pond, like
No, you can say that. I'm just.
yeah, like
So, Scott,
I
we
went,
worked at this other place, Kendall Pond. After that, I quit to go work with Matt, and it was like his place for the time being, and Graham came with me.
I own like
I mean,
3% of a pizza
I came later,
shop.
but I had already left.
Yeah, like when I started this place, the owner of the original spot was like, okay, the Hudson employees are at another store when you open up this shop. Basically, like they had three locations at the place that I went after our restaurant.
Okay.
And one of the locations closed down because of COVID. So the owner reached out to me. He's like, hey, I want to reopen my Hudson location. I need someone to go in on it with me. I gave him a deposit and we reopened the store together. I did it as a part owner, but this was not in the contract, and I learned my lesson. I was supposed to get 6 or 7 of the employees from that were at the Hudson location working at the other stores, because like otherwise you're training from new. I was expecting to have half a dozen employees who used to work there work with me, who knew what they were doing, but the general manager of the other store that they were at was also the other owner's best friend. So he whined and stamped his feet because he didn't want to let the employees go because he didn't want to rehire. So then I'm like, well, son of a bitch, I don't have anybody and I have to train as I go. So I was begging people that I used to know, like, can you come and help me? Because my nuts were just completely against the wall. So Kyle ended up coming over. Graham ended up coming over and helping.
Well, you
me out.
didn't have to bug me or Graham. I wanted to come over.
Oh yeah, but this other owner, when he was working there for the first month, Scott, like he was so strict, and his wife and him would just like literally. It was. Do you remember seeing not Kitchen Nightmares? You ever watch that show?
Yeah.
Do you remember the one where like it was like the husband and wife combination that like
I don't know if
they
I saw
would
that
just
At the bakery?
at everybody? It was the one that ended the series.
The one at the bakery,
Oh, I
Amy's
think I saw
Baking
it.
Yes.
Company, with the
Yeah, that one.
yeah, the older like Arabic dude, and then the blonde chick.
Yeah, that.
Scott,
he
the
was
pizza
Irish.
the pizza business is super grimy. Not where I work though, but
Yeah, me neither. Not my new spot.
yeah.
So what do you do now, Matt? You back in the restaurant business still?
Yeah. I got the hell out of management. My daughter's 4.5 years old, and like buying into the other shop, I was working like 65, 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
Of course, Kyle's gonna bust my balls, and I was working like 80, 90 hours a week. He's gonna be like, "Oh, you're on a laptop eating chicken sandwich."
Right.
I don't know. Usually he was just sitting in the bar, but okay, not drinking.
No, not drinking. Not drinking.
Didn't you guys try to make? Well, not try to, but wasn't Graham supposed to design like a website or something? And like they had him do it, and just nothing became of it.
Oh, no,
Was that ever a thing?
So
Unless it was a sore subject, I'm not trying to be a dick.
no, I approached them with the idea to like design an app, like a training app that would just do like step-by-step instructions on how to do everything to make training easier so that, new employees, if they don't remember how to make something, you can just bring it up on the tablet. Like it would give you step-by-step instructions on how to do everything. And they said, yeah, that's a great idea. And then I just like never got time to work on it and never heard anything about it ever again. And I'm like, well, if I'm not going to get compensated for making
You
this,
never
I'm
thought
not
you were
going to
actually going to get paid for this.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to give me at least like a couple hours a week to work on it, but nope.
Or Maddie, when you were paying, what was her name, Laura, to be like the social media manager, and she just put like once a day a post on Facebook.
Once a day, bro. It was like 7 times a day.
Okay, it was still
flooded Facebook. Holy shit!
And it would get like one like our shit we put up is way like more people interacted than this. But yeah, what were you paying her? I heard it was like some stupid amount of money.
It was like I think it was something stupid. Like she did.
If it was $5 extra an hour, it was too much.
I don't think so. We gave her $100 per store to do a week.
Oh my god, what a fucking scam!
Was it $100? And maybe it was like $50 per store. I think it was
And
like
at the same
$200
time,
a week.
this woman Laura, did you work with her, Graham? I don't remember. At
I
least
don't think
time
so.
frame messed up. She would go in. First of all, she looked like, just picture her like a mob wife, and like if there was still those mob shows out, like a real trashy, exactly what you would think. That's what she looked like. And she'd be leaving for the day, and she'd be wearing these big freaking heels, and she'd go into the walk-in with her bag. And I followed her one time and checked the bag, and she'd go in there and steal like 10 pounds of cold cuts, like veggies, bread, all this stuff. And I would tell management, I was like, dude, like go look at the bag, like. They just let it happen.
I never knew about her boar's head filled bag. That wasn't on me. I never knew that she was confiscating.
I was just like, guys, just check the bag. I wouldn't even be like, just check the bag.
Like, she looks like a mob wife. We're not gonna risk it.
Yeah, wasn't worth it.
Weren't you afraid of her husband?
Her husband came in. I didn't know who he was. I'm out back. I'm out
She
back.
tried to say he was a former Navy SEAL, and I called bullshit immediately.
If I had $1 for every former Navy SEAL I met in my life. Whew.
Yeah, like if John Candy did a movie where he became a Navy SEAL, like
It'd be that guy.
that's what this guy looks like. Yeah, but he was big. Like he could easily throw me around, but like not like Steven Seagal now isn't threatening, but like I'm not talking about Steven Seagal in his prime. Maybe Steven Seagal like 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. And then he just like kicks the back door open. He's like, "Where's Laura?" Yeah. And it's just me in the morning. I'm like holding a chicken.
She we're just jumping around, but she she ran out with some like delivery driver that was like on parole and was like bunking up with him. I told you it was a wild place.
Yeah.
Oh,
They like those bad boys.
Those bad boys, those drug addicted pizza delivery drivers.
something
me
about
up.
being in a kitchen
Woo!
that makes you want to be unfaithful.
Like I
can
said,
change
Scott
him.
has no idea like the just bottom of the barrel humanity. And I don't know what that says about all of us here, but like he has no idea these people that we dealt with.
Like, I had one time where a delivery driver was engaged to another delivery driver, and then she cheated on him with a manager, and like that was a big thing. Like, wild shit.
Well, from what I understand, that's pretty standard in the restaurant business.
Did they?
Yeah, that was
when
a,
they
that was
had
a Tuesday for them.
Right.
Yeah. When they had the birthing photos, did they have like were they both in uniform and they had the little baby popping out of like a little delivery bag? Just, like,
Oh my
little
God.
teeny
Oh
handles,
no!
like,
I mean, they immediately
covered it in
broke up.
marinara. Ugh.
He quit
I would've
like
licked it all
that
off.
day and just stopped showing up.
Wait, did they have they had a kid together?
No, they were engaged.
Oh, okay. Well,
You can briefly, without saying names, bring up your arch nemesis, the boss over there that was skimming all the tips and the deliveries. I still hear from people that work there, and he's still pulling that same shit.
I mean, that was after my time. I have other reasons to, but yeah, everything I heard about that is just a nightmare.
I still
How
can't
they-
believe like I'm sorry.
How do these places stay in business?
Man,
People need pizza.
what are you talking about? It's not like we were addressing a laptop that went missing that has $80,000 worth of Bitcoin floating around. It was
I'm telling you,
80
Graham has it. Well, he had it. It's long gone.
Graham, what'd you spend the money on?
Oh,
Those Batman
I
toys?
wouldn't be here if I had that tablet.
If Graham privately told me he had that and spent it, I'd be like, good for you.
I
Those are
wish.
some pretty nice headphones, Graham.
Paid for a really nice wedding.
Where'd you get it?
Oh, that shit's long
These
gone.
are
Get
like
the fuck out of here.
$30
He sold it when it was
Xbox
worthless.
headphones.
Where'd you get all that microphone money?
Oh, we don't need to talk about that.
But going back to the
$20 Walmart ones.
that manager, you know who I'm talking about, Maddie, your old nemesis over there. Yeah,
Fucking nemesis.
yeah.
I'm making like I'm the bad guy in this because I'm like the past two owners of the pizza shops hated me.
Because it's funny to hear this shit. And
Like, you know, the guy that gets divorced 7 times from 7 different wives? You're like, maybe it's not the 7 wives.
Right.
Oh, yeah, no, the guy was a piece of work. I had to look into, Scott, I didn't lie. I didn't lie. Everybody was like, oh, he's taking the best route. This is all like, it sounds really petty, but like when you're like, if you're going to school and you deliver or, it's your full-time gig or there are people that have been there forever, like, when someone's taking the best routes, assigning online orders to themselves, like checking out, checking back in. So when you check out and check back in and you do that quickly, you're next in line again before the next delivery driver comes in.
Okay.
So instead of like checking out on a run, going on the run, being gone for 45 minutes and coming back and going at the bottom, you check yourself out, check yourself back in, and then you're right there and you're always at the top of the list. Like stupid crap like that.
Petty crap.
Stupid crap like that. So like, and he would always pick the best routes to give himself the highest tips.
Right.
So he would give himself the most deliveries and give himself the most deliveries that had the highest tip amounts. So when I looked into this and I looked into an 8-week spread and did averages of like everything the delivery drivers made, everything the blah, 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 blah. Like I went to the delivery drivers with the sheets and I was like, look, 2 out of the 8 weeks, he got the most deliveries. 2 out of the 8 weeks, he got the highest tips. Like 2 out of the 8 weeks, he got the highest tips. Like out of 8 weeks, and y'all, like he's one of the 4 or 5 full-time drivers. That's not that bad. What's that?
Yeah.
25%. What I didn't say is that he was close second the other weeks. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, the
Point that
problem for me
His
was
job
not,
is the general manager. He's not supposed to be driving, right?
well, so I think that was still when he was just the driver manager, is when they looked into all that.
Oh,
But
okay.
then, knowing that he did these things, they still made him the general manager. Made him...
did they do that before I got there then? 'Cause I did that literally like 2 months before I quit, and that was like one of the.
Oh, that was after he was general manager then?
Yeah, bro. That was.
Oh,
that
that's completely unacceptable. Because at that point...
That was towards the tail end of COVID, and like that's when they were shutting down Goffstown, and I did this, and they did nothing about it. So that's why that was one of the reasons why I was like, okay, peace. You know what I mean?
Like, at that point, he was a salaried... He shouldn't have been taking deliveries at all.
Oh no,
Except-
not at
But
all.
he was a salaried employee that made more than anyone else there, and he was still the second most paid
Taking all the
driver.
tips.
And yeah, like, it was ridiculous.
So well over 100,000 a year delivering
Oh,
pizzas with his
easily.
salary and the deliveries.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he was making.
I think you said probably maybe even 150.
But I'm sure the owners didn't care, because
No,
if
not at
he
all.
was doing all of that, then they didn't have to pay more drivers.
They didn't have to pay more drivers, and on top of it, you take his base salary, which was less than what you would pay a GM that worked there. So he took a little cut on the base salary, got a lot more in tips and stuff like that. He did the work of like 2 or 3 delivery drivers. So they were making out like, but where they
But who's
weren't making
running the store?
But did he know
Nobody,
how to
but
make
it's still
food?
open. No. Who knows who's running the store? It's still open to this day. Maybe it's fucking maybe the same person running it is running Graham's ghost B&B that he went to yesterday.
Yeah, I guess people love that story.
I did.
That's what they did with that crypto. They bought a haunted mansion.
Yeah, we went on one weekend vacation.
Mr. World Traveler over here, huh?
I just
Oh,
figured
by
you
the-
paid for your wedding out of it.
By the way, Graham, that idea that you had the training app
Yeah.
that you wanted to like make and work on, like,
Yeah.
I swear to God, these people have like cameras everywhere, or like they take our ideas and they're just like, yeah, that's okay, and then they just completely shit on them in front of us, and then do it behind the screen, behind the scenes. I know
Corporate
it sounds
America.
like what's that?
So corporate America.
Right.
Go get him, Kyle. Take
They're
it
on-
to the man with those comments.
They're on here right now.
They're taking notes right now.
Oh,
Yo,
we're
listen to me now,
Graham's like,
Zuckerberg.
"Hush, hush."
We're getting shut down
Everyone. He's got the dude from Louie Louie's on his
Yeah,
computer
we're
right
getting
now.
shut down before this episode's over.
Damn it. We're having fun. We're not going to make it to 20.
This is what I was. Shit, that's my fault too. Goddamn ragu and bread.
I know. I just wanted to embarrass you with stories. I didn't know.
Graham, I'm not kidding. Like, so when we were sitting there in that stupid room, did you used to go to the morning meetings with us, or did you have to go to any of those?
Oh, that
No.
sounds painful.
Oh, it was very painful. It was just a bunch of rich guys yelling at us for 2 hours. It just,
Make us more money.
Yeah, no, I was never
Yes.
important enough for those meetings.
you're important to me in here.
Oh,
Any. I was like, look, he did marketing for Planet Fitness at his marketing place, and I'm like, this is what, half a year ago? No, I mean like half a decade ago. I'm like, there's a TJ Maxx that just went out in Londonderry. They went out of business. and they went out of business, and that would be the perfect spot for a Planet Fitness, like the perfect spot for a Planet Fitness on 102. I'm like, the closest one is in Nashua and Derry and Manchester. There's not one in town. I'm like, that place would effing bankroll, and I shit you not, within a year there was a Planet Fitness in there, that same location.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you, guess what I trained on when I was training at Friendly Reds as a server? It was a little app, and they had flashcards on it.
I'm sure that existed. Because, well, the original plan was they were going to make just, like, a binder with all of these pictures in them. And I was like, it would be easier to just make an app and just have it on a tablet. And I think what ended up happening is they didn't even finish the binder, so.
No, they did. They made me do it. Bunch of assholes. Do you know how many fucking paper cuts I got? Because it's not on a goddamn tablet.
Like, let me check the Graham app. It's literally his face on it. Like, fucking, like, all these businesses are using it.
That ragu does not feel good in paper cuts.
No, thank you, Scott. You get me.
I mean, even if they did copy that, it wouldn't be the first thing that happened there that I didn't get credit for.
Well,
all those
you
babies
tell
you
us
made?
now.
So, I mean, it's not as big a deal as that, but like, when I was still working, they had just opened the second store, and were trying to come up with a way to, like, standardize how everyone did the money. And so I came up with these envelopes with everything that you need. So every time you would cash out a driver, every time you would change out a till, you would just put that money in an envelope and then drop the envelope in the safe. And then the manager at the end of the night would, do the cash out based on the envelopes. And so I came up with those envelopes. And then I remember one time, I was training someone to be a manager, and they went over and worked a shift at the second store. And, I trained them to be a manager. I trained them how to use these envelopes. And then he goes over there, and the manager over there tried telling him that he was doing them wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean you're doing them wrong? Like, they're my envelopes, and I taught you how to use them. Like, are you telling me? And he tried to, so the guy that was sent over was like, oh, this is how Graham taught me how to do it. And he's like, oh, well, he's doing them wrong. I'm like, how am I doing them wrong? They're my envelopes. Like, I am literally the only person who can never do them wrong.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of paper in our industry.
So much paper.
I know.
When you left there, didn't said boss, the asshole, didn't he ask you to come up with like a dossier file on like everyone that worked there with like strengths and weaknesses?
Oh,
I
yeah.
could swear he told me that. I was like laughing. I was like, what? We're like X-Men? Like, what do you mean?
I thought it was more like Mean Girls. He wanted me to make a fucking burn book of every employee there.
Kyle, pizza 4, customer service 1.
Oh, 0. Well, what did he really ask? Like, what were you supposed to put together?
No, it was that like he wanted everyone's like strengths, weaknesses, like just put a personnel book. Motherfuckers, it's pizza. Pardon my French. It is pizza, and he wanted me to like spy on people, like I'm hiding behind a plastic plant with a little black book.
It's like dreams and wishes to start a podcast.
Laura, chews Trident gum too long. We all know it only lasts 2 minutes. Had the same piece for 12.
Why is she still chewing that tasteless blob of nastiness?
Big league chew, really? Question mark.
Is that for 12-year-old boys?
Shouldn't we be more concerned about the cocaine powder on the koala changing tables? No, you want it spying on for gum? Cool.
Well, I saw the clientele that went in there to use the bathroom.
What's that?
Well, the clientele that went in there to use the bathroom that we had to
That's why
lock
we had to
them.
get locks.
Yeah.
Scott, I'm not kidding. Like, it was the third time after, like, I don't know, they're shoving, like, needles or whatever down the toilet and it gets clogged.
Right.
And, like, half not kidding, just everything. And they would clog and overflow. So there were, like, 2 times where I had to go in on a day off and just put trash bags over my legs and just wade through. And after
Gross.
that, I'm like, okay, time for locks in the bathrooms.
Yeah. I mean, that's where
Like a truck stop.
That's where I learned what crack smells like. Because I went to the bathroom one day, and granted, this was at this time, it was only an employee bathroom. And so I go to the bathroom, and it just smells horrible.
Like, what
in there.
is that?
And I don't know what it is, so I go to the owner, and I'm like, something is wrong in the bathroom. Like, something's burning or something, and he walks in, and he just goes, oh yeah, that's crack. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we gotta figure out who was in the bathroom before you, because they definitely were smoking crack in here.
Like, Graham, that's marijuana. You're like, well,
My virgin nose.
am I gonna get high?
He doesn't
Did you
like
find out
cocaine,
who
he
was-
just likes the way it smells, right?
Doesn't matter. But did you find out who was smoking the crack?
It was more than one person. We didn't find out.
Okay.
We didn't find out specifically who it was, but we did find out that there was like a group of people who were into it, like outside of work.
Well, that's how we lost Leon when he started working there. He hooked up with some of the people that were doing crack, some of the drivers, because we had that one driver that he would do a 12-hour shift, and he'd have his girlfriend be in the car. Scott, this dude's girlfriend would be passed out from, I thought crack kept you up, but what the fuck do I know? Her face would be like against the fucking glass, like the lip
Just
up,
like-
like, and he'd come in at like 10 and work till 11, 12. She'd be in the
Oh,
car
you
the
gotta
whole
love-
time. I
I
guess
just
one
have a
time they
meme
got
going in
to
my head when Graham was very upset at people smoking crack in the bathroom. That was the first time I've seen him hold his magic cards today. And he just had them up and he was shaking them aggressively. Just hashtag
makes me want to
They're
throw
like
these
asterisk.
everywhere.
You're smoking crack, I'm telling you.
asterisk shakes magic cards aggressively. I'm right there with you, buddy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I
the
don't know if I've
things
ever
that
smelled
that
crack.
people got into working at pizza places.
Wasn't there some drama about the dehumidifier in the basement? Like that thing wasn't drained.
This is just like rich people barking just to bark. Like this poor dude, my buddy Mike, ended up getting a job there. I got him there from Ruby's, and
And we
like,
loved that guy. Me and Graham did. I think we did. I think Graham did.
oh yeah, the only thing that the only issue I ever had with him, which I never did, I never had an issue with him. He was a great dude, but there was like a week or two we had some IDS, and every time I walked in the store, he was taking a poop. But besides that was it. That was it. That was the only negative conversation I ever had to have with him. I was like, "Hey, buddy, we just need to
Stop
work on
shitting.
our poop schedule." That was it. That was it.
Work on your poop schedule, bud.
That's it. That's a Spencer's gag gift. So for today so far, actual poop schedule and hashtag shakes magic cards aggressively. 2025 has been a great year. So Kyle, what the hell were you talking about?
I don't know.
Dehumidifier.
Oh yeah,
Did you get lit
So
up
it's
in a
just-
meeting and it was like the one time you were really gonna walk out and just be like, what the fuck?
It's
I remember
kind
him
of-
telling me about this.
Yeah. When did the dehumidifier have to get emptied? Like once every 2 or 3 days, maybe once a week if it was really humid. Graham, you were at Southwell, do you remember?
It was something like it depended on how.
Scott, it was a new building, except the basement wasn't new. The foundation was 75 years old.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
the
then-
basement.
So like this is just like rich people just yelling to like we had a good week. There was nothing to bitch at us about. Like there's nothing for them to go like
Yeah.
you know
Gotta
what I mean?
find something.
That was it was the dehumidifier and that was it.
Wash
So
the
like
peon.
so Mike forgot to empty the dehumidifier in the basement one week. We're like, who gives a shit?
It's
if you forgot to empty the dehumidifier. So like he just went in. One of the owners just went in on Mike and was like, yeah, so I went downstairs last week and you forgot to empty the dehumidifier. And he's like, oh, my bad. Like
Sorry, I'll do it now. Yeah, done.
that's it. We had checklists. We had checklists on checklists. Like you were a working manager. You had to do all the manager crap and you had to work and cook at the same time. Like
Right.
there was never a point except for pooping from time to time, besides getting your poop schedule organized, that like you don't have like an opportunity to like really, it's one of the smallest things and it can fall into, get swept under the rug. Who gives a crap?
Yeah.
So 1 week you forgot to do it, but it's like we would get on other conversations like, okay, we want to do this for marketing. Yeah, we'll worry about that in a second. Mike, I really don't think you understand that you forgot to empty the dehumidifier. And he's like, okay, like I get it. We're going to empty the dehumidifier from now on. And then Brian would be like,
But you don't understand.
yes, I don't
It's
think you
funny 'cause
understand.
That
You don't
basement
understand the
flooded.
gravity of the situation, sir.
That basement flooded so many times.
Yeah, that went up to like 4 feet one time. That was like,
Oh yeah,
way too steep.
there's a picture of me down there. We made like a boat out of the sub wrapper, and we're just like floating the boat downstairs, and took a picture of it to send that to the owners. Be like, the basement's flood like fucked.
Do they store
wait, are
anything
you-
down there? that
Quick
needed to
question:
have-
is the dehumidifier underwater, or what's going on?
I think that was
When was the last time the dehumidifier was
I think
empty?
that was what
Yeah.
led to the dehumidifier being
You
put
got
in
Mike
there.
lit up because of that, Graham. You're trying to be
Oh, this
boy
was
with your
this was
off-the-cuff,
before. I think that was what led to the dehumidifier being put in the basement because it took like 4 days to dry out that basement.
Yeah, because then we'll get mold down there.
Right.
8,000 gallons because you didn't have a dehumidifier.
That's the fucking best dehumidifier ever.
Get 4 feet of water. Put the dehumidifier down there.
All right, so going back, so he got like lit up, right? Like,
Oh,
going
yeah.
back to the
So he started turning beet red because like this guy would not, just a dog with a
Yeah.
goddamn bone, would not stop. So like eventually, Mike's my buddy too. Eventually, I stuck up for him and I was like, I put the bullseye on me because I'm like, hey guys, like let's get the train back on the tracks. Like we get it with the dehumidifier. Saying guys plurally, like I'm not singling out the one owner that's like
Mhm.
about the dehumidifier, you know, like hey guys, let's get this back on track. And then just turned into a child. He's like, oh, Matt wants to get it back on track. Matt wants to get the train back on track. And I'm
Like
just
the
like,
dehumidifier back on track.
yeah, so that was it. And then anytime I said anything, he would just interrupt and be like, oh man, Matt, thank God Matt got this back on track. It's like, fucking hey. That was probably the day that I had this shot with Kyle.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, Graham's still texting me, and it's just sailboats going across the fucking basement.
Somebody forgot to turn off the after the dehumidifier.
It was a scientific boat to show how much water was in the fucking basement.
Wait, there was a desk and a computer and shit down there. How did that not get submerged? I remember it was really high one time, like really high.
So the basement, there was like a slight ramp to get to the beer cooler and to get to all of the like electronics and stuff. So it was only where we stored all the paper products that got.
Yeah, Scott, it was like Buffalo Bill's basement, but with a kegerator, some pizza boxes, and a desk and a computer.
That wasn't
Okay, so there actually was stuff stored down there then.
What were you saying about Golfstone?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that basement was.
I
That
never
was
got to
awesome.
see that one.
Well, that basement was
nothing but-
interesting because it was also there were apartments above the Goffstown location, and that was also their basement. So there was just like
Random shit everywhere.
residential stuff, and then
Christmas
and
tree
children.
and
like
You're going
coolers
down
and
there, you're
paper
like, where the
products.
fuck is the receipt paper? And there's like a 6-year-old girl on a tricycle, like,
Would you like
sorry,
to play?
sweetie.
Excuse me, do you know where the dehumidifier is? It's over there.
Wrong
just
store,
emptied it.
asshole. Get this shit back on track.
Wait, are you Mike? Fuck you. What? But do you remember the rat problem? You around for that?
No, that was Scott's like, where, what's the name of the Scott? Where do you live, by the way?
Ohio.
Wait,
Oh,
fine.
okay.
there was a rat
When he comes
problem?
and visits, I'm only taking him to approved places, don't we?
Oh, I want to see all these places now.
Then you guys had all that weird shit with whatever Zoe's, like that place just like opened up out of nowhere.
What?
They're always trying to send me over there.
Oh, Zoe's.
Yeah, but they got Graham.
Oh, that's right. Holy shit, forgot about that.
Yeah. No, I worked everywhere.
I remember being like, I'm not going to be whored out in this place like Graham and just get sent around.
Well,
Damn it,
I was
that's
under
not-
the false impression that they were getting rid of the manager of Zoe's, so I thought that they were sending me over there to take over for him, which
Yeah.
turned out to not be the case.
I wanted
And
that.
Had I
Well,
known that, I probably wouldn't have gone.
That's what I thought the plan was too. But rich people always pulling some crap. Oh, anyways, the rats, the
Oh, yeah,
giant rats.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to get to that point, but you guys went there.
Big fucking
What, the
rats.
giant rats?
Dicks.
Yeah. No,
So
when I first saw the rat, or one of them, it was the size, when between like the adult cat and the full size kitten, in between, like
Yeah.
I guess a teenage cat. That's the size that I fucking saw.
didn't you
Thing
name
was-
it Pepperoni?
That was Greg.
Greg named it Pepperoni. No, it was Jackie. Didn't Jackie name it Pepperoni?
Yes, but Sure.
So when COVID happened, a local Chinese restaurant shut down. But like,
And their
Scott,
food
when I
escaped.
say like, if you and I were to
And a
open
bunch
up
of supposed to
a
young
pizza
boys ran
shop,
out the.
if you and I
Young
would
boys
go
and
join
cats.
on a restaurant together, like, and we were like, hey, our business is going to close down, we would like, try to wind down the food and sell off the equipment, get
Mhm.
rid of and wind down as much shit as possible. When this Chinese buffet closed down, they just fucking walked out. So like, I think they
That
locked
funny
the
smell.
doors. I think they locked the doors, but they didn't like this is the lore, but we have the rats as the receipts to prove it.
Mhm.
Like they just left all the buffet shit out, like on the tables.
Oh,
Like
God.
they're just like, well, fuck this. We're out of here. And then just left. So all the food was left out, stuff in the walk-in, nothing washed. Like so that
Yeah.
that essentially was like Disneyland for rats.
Mhm.
And that place attracted all the rats in the tri-state area
Right.
to that buffet, no pun intended, for rats. And so eventually when all of the rats got fat and fed and huge from all of this stuff being left out, they ate everything, so they needed to go somewhere else. And
Yeah.
we were the next building over.
Oh, no.
So we got 2 or 3 splinter-sized rats hanging out in our basement,
Jeez.
These things were huge. I thought they were training 4 turtles in the
Dude.
basement to do karate.
Dude,
Might
I
have been.
remember going to lunch at that buffet one time with Pat, and Pat fucking like stayed there so long. Like I was like long done eating, and he kept fucking going up and going up. And then he comes back, he's like, "Oh, sweet, they just put crab out." I'm like, "Okay." I'm just sitting there watching them, and the fucking owner's like, "No, you can't eat crab. That's dinner prices," and he had to pay for that. And I was like, "You fat fucker." Yeah, that's my
My
buffet
throat
story.
started closing up, and he made me make him a mojito.
Because that's not a pain in the ass to make or anything.
No,
Let me get some
fucking
fresh metal.
slapping mint leaves like they're baby bottoms. Oh God! Anytime I see anybody do that, I'm like, you're such a douche.
Yep.
I remember I got a text from Kyle the other day. I guess he told a story about just full disclosure, Scott. I'm the one that there was a manager that worked at that B911 and like did like a donation for pizzas for a gender reveal. Like it was mine.
Oh yeah, that was him.
That's awesome.
It was for a good cause.
Yeah.
Come on, out of like all of
He
the,
didn't tell
the
anybody he was having a kid like outside of me, but he had a fucking baby seat in his back of his car.
He said it was for my nephew.
My nephew, right?
Even though you were on maternity leave, your own bosses didn't know, right?
I did. I said it was my nephew's.
Do you even have a sister?
I got a half sister. I met her when I was 18.
And that worked for Jackie, but that's not saying much. I mean,
What's that?
said that worked for
Oh.
Jackie, her believing that, but
What? Letting him know that that was my nephew's?
yeah. She was the only
Yeah.
one that's like, wait, you didn't know who the mom was? She's like, I didn't even know he's having a kid.
Oh yeah. No, that's where I was going with that.
She
I
just
had-
tell the story. We'll finish that with that. He, what did you do, Maddie?
what?
Yeah, what'd you
Oh.
do, Maddie?
I mean,
Oh,
that's
well, do you want a
he's
donut
one
and a
of
hot
those
dog?
rare managers that just forgot to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding.
Like, I don't think I know a single manager that ever worked in any of those restaurants that didn't sleep with at least one employee.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. No.
No, but besides slight nepotism or
They weren't sleeping
favoritism,
together. Oof.
yeah, and giving myself a few pizzas for a gender reveal. I was pretty on the straight path. Never took $1 except for that $80,000 in Bitcoin that I have that I can buy myself a sweet new microphone with.
That's right.
Thanks for the idea.
I
Graham.
mean, if you have it, I might remember the password.
Just saying.
Oh, I don't know if I remember it offhand.
But if you did have the laptop, he might be able to figure out the password.
Yeah, there's
I
only
know.
so many things.
For say 40%.
I guess I wish I had stolen more food in there. I don't know. I never wanted it when I was actually there.
Yeah, no shit.
We already covered this, but Graham was taking out like 5 pizzas a night out of there. He's like, I'm going to poker night. Like, all right.
That's overblowing it. But I did take my
Stand by
fair
that
share.
number.
I did take my fair share of food from there.
That's why when we get Eric on, we got to ask him about when he would come, like, after the bars and make food. And I'd just be like, I don't get it. I closed last night and I'm opening. Why is there shit everywhere?
See, I never did that.
At least clean up after yourself, huh?
Yeah, right. I did that at Ruby's one time. I went in like
So how do you do that at Ruby Tuesdays? I mean, you just got to, like, get everything going, the fryers and shit. And it seems like that would take a while.
but there's a full bar there, and like cameras didn't work for shit. So just have just go in, make yourself some quesadillas, chicken tendies, get all that stuff to go, make a mess, leave. I remember.
You probably fucking forgot and yelled at your employees and like, it's fucking ridiculous, guys.
Why'd you clean up last
Shit.
night? Bunch of slobs.
Yes and no. The prep cook was mad that everything looked like shit. I was like, yeah, man, what an awful close the night before. I'm really going to have to talk to the manager. Hey, the manager.
He still has sour cream all over his fucking mustache.
These guys are dicks.
He just
Oh,
came
wobbly.
straight out of the bathroom. He didn't open in the morning. He was just passed out.
He slept on the changing station.
It's all covered in ragu.
Yeah,
Man, this clothes
thank
is
God for the fucking sauce is my pick me up for the morning.
Deep
Oh, man, I
CIA
wish it was
plant.
more. I wish it was more interesting. Like, well, besides that, like, I don't listen to sports anymore. I don't listen to the news anymore. Like, it's either restaurant stories or because I got a 4.5-year-old. If you guys want to talk about Bluey for an hour, I'm all about it. I'm like, man, that Army episode really made me tear up.
I mean, I could talk about Bluey with you for an hour.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah, man, that Army episode really made me
First
tear
subject
up.
he comes up with great.
Wait, is that
Bluey
the-
episode.
Which there's more than one Army episode.
And on that
though.
note, keep it pointless.
Oh yeah, keep it pointless.
Keep it pointless.